What's up, guys? This is Boondocks. Right now I'm going to be showing another ridiculously cheap build. Cheap in the fact that, well, there's not much your enemies can do against you, and it's total bullcrap. Basically, it's going to be a Norfleet spam build, and yeah, that's cheap as hell. And I agree with anyone that says it. But I found something kind of cool with Zero. If you fire off the Norfleet, then you will actually shoot out all 6 shots at once. Sometimes you can get a proc on top of the proc and shoot off all like 12 shots at once, and it's just ridiculous. So basically, I go for my Iron Hands for health and kill skill Grim to give me my shield regen and more cooldown just in case I get into trouble, and then follow through just for the movement speed. Really, all I'm focusing on is Twin Fangs. So I take Fast Hands for reload speed because every little bit helps. And then Ambush to increase my damage, but that's very irrelevant. The only time it helps is against armor targets because I'm only going to be using a Fire Norfleet. For armor targets, I'm going to have to switch to either a Hornet or a Gub, anything like that. And that's when I also use my Death Mark. Same thing with Rising Skill Shot. It doesn't really help you because it doesn't boost the rocket damage. Only your gun damage. But when you shoot off the rockets, you're going to have full stacks of Rising Skill Shot that are going to stay with you for a very long time, because the slower the weapon fires, then the longer you retain the stacks. And since Norfleet technically fires really slow, you're going to have full stacks for switching over to the Gub. Innervate just to get back health during Deception and to run even faster during Deception. And then Twin Fang. 66% chance with my class mod to get a double shot. I'm going to take Kunai just for hopefully slagging targets while I'm during Deception. Deceiving them, I guess. Headshot just to move on. Killer for that ridiculous reload speed, 150%. This is what makes it so that you can actually spam Norfleets. It's not as effective as on Axton because Axton requires you to do pretty much nothing because he has such ridiculous reload speed to begin with, coupled with the fact that he can actually boost rocket damage, and Zero can't. One shot, one kill. That's in case you come up against a boss or something. You can switch to a gun and use Bore on it. Same with Velocity. Velocity does seem to affect the rockets though, and the Norfleet travels ridiculously fast. So I have the Norfleet and the Gub, or I'll switch out with the Hornet over here if need be. I have the twin version just to be able to do that much more damage, that much quicker. Like I said, I have a Fire Norfleet. This is the damaging one, not the faster reload. You might want to take the faster reload speed one with Zero, but then again you want the kills quicker in order to get the fast reload. And then I have the Logan's Gun, because Logan's Gun in conjunction with the Sham will give me infinite rocket ammo. Then I have a Grog Nozzle. In case I take damage, I could just throw out a grenade, switch to my Grog Nozzle, and heal up all the way. For grenades, I picked Magic Missile. Because you're not going to have any boost to your rocket damage, you might want to slag your enemies first if they're not small guys, but like badasses or even the bruisers, you sometimes need to slag first. So I'm going to use the Unequaled Professional. This gives me shield capacity increase, reload speed increase, so even more reload, and I get that +6 to Twin Fang and +5 to Killer. Killer's my reload, Twin Fang's my super bursty, empty my entire Norfleet ability, so it's kind of cool. And then Shadow of the Seraph for the extra shot chance, and that's where, in conjunction with Two Fang, you have almost 40% chance that when the two coincide, you'll actually shoot out 12 Norfleet rounds, which is pretty ridiculous. So, once again, it's a Norfleet spam build, so the whole thing is pretty straightforward and easy. Just spam Norfleets. And right there, because I got a kill, as you can see, my reload speed was ridiculously high. It's cheap as shit, I know. Try to get the enemies out in the open, so that way we can see. Right there was a 6 shot. Another 6 shots. I mean, if you had Two Fang on Axton, this would just be an absolute joke. It's ridiculous. And then, since, as you can see, my rocket ammo is getting somewhat low, switch over my Logan's gun, and you get it really fast thanks to Two Fang. It works best if you can find like a little corner and then just keep shooting. My Logan's gun is at a really low level, so I don't have to worry about killing myself with it. It won't even do enough to like break through my shield. Alright, so let's see how much ammo I got back. Almost all of it. Hey, what's up, fuckers? Look at them, they're just kind of chilling. There you go. Welcome back. Okay, so I didn't get a kill right there because of their shields, and that's why my reload was so much slower. I don't know, there's just something about watching that many Norfleet shots go off at once that I find really funny. Norfleet spamming is cheap as shit, and a lot of people, when you get into groups with it, they just dislike you doing it because it takes away some of the fun of the game, and I 100% agree with that. But I don't know, every so often it's just fun to destroy everything just by looking at them. If you notice too, I haven't even had to deceive yet. That's partly because there hasn't been any armor targets. I'm sure there will be. Since I don't have the corrosive Norfleet on this guy, they actually pose a slight problem. Okay, so right here's my first one. There's actually 2. So I'm going to make sure they're slagged. Switch over. Grab some death marks. And try to kill them real quick with the grub. If you get them low enough, even if they down you, they'll stay right next to you. And then you'll be able to kill them. As you can see, armor targets are the issue with this build. It would be null and void, of course, if I had a corrosive Norfleet, but I don't. I didn't bother moving him over onto this guy, so whatever. It's a Norfleet spam build. I'm just going to keep killing shit, but you guys have the general idea of how it gets played out. I mean, there's not much to it. You just point and click, and in the bullshit world of the Norfleet, everything dies. If you've watched my easy mode Axton build, then you'll know that the Norfleet on him does considerable more damage. You know, maybe I won't even bother switching over to my Gub to kill him. I killed him just as fast falling back with the Norfleet. Yeah, the reload speed when you don't get the kills are definitely noticeable when playing on 0. Or on Axton, it's pretty much instantaneous. It's not that big a deal. That's why boss fights would be harder with this, because they're obviously not going to die, and there's not always a bunch of little guys around to help you get the quicker reload. This is mostly just for mobbing. It definitely is easy mode. Oh shit, grenade. This is a good way to get the death from above achievement though, Norfleet spamming, because all you gotta do is jump and fire and enemies die. So, you get those badass points nice and easy. That was an ultimate badass. And fire. The reason I'm not taking much damage is because my shield is constantly recharging, coupled with the fact that Sham can block a lot of damage for you. It makes it so that you become very tanky, which you usually can't say about Zero. I'm actually going to play around with the Sham on a few other characters just to, see how it gets played. Anyway, that's the Norfleet spamming Zero, easy mode Zero. Yeah, just take Norfleet. So if you want to grab a corrosive instead of the Gub, do so. I mean, there's no reason not to. I just didn't feel like moving one over on him. So that's Zero. And it's cheap as shit. It's your call whether or not you want to even try it. But good luck. Have fun. Peace.